Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Fresh and our Orc Hunter. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we've got another grinding episode ahead of us. We've got a couple of different locations I'd like to try, since we are outside of the primetime hours for today. We'll see how that goes. But to start things off, we've got some quests to turn in from our run in Razorfen Downs.
I'm always on
Got
the
an
winning
Unholy
side.
Alliance with Varimathras.
You think you can match the might?
And we're not going to get anything out of
Lord?
this, so we're just going to pick whatever is going to give us the most silver in return. It's going to be the Skull Breaker. I believe we have one more quest to turn in the Magic Quarter. Yeah, we're about 15 gold away. We're at 85 gold currently. And really want to pick up that mount as soon as possible, because the more I thought about it, the more I realized that we're going to be putting off a lot of other projects and new upgrades and skills and whatnot if we just go down the general questing route until we get what we need. So we're going to speed things along a little bit, and I'm going to start in the Wrathy Highlands first. We're going to try to farm up some elemental fire from the fire elementals on the western side of the zone. If that doesn't work out, we'll probably transition over to the Yetis in the Altaric Mountains. We'll try that as well. The good thing about the Yetis is that we can loot silver and skin them at the same time. Hopefully get some decent drops. Hopefully we'll see some greens this time around, unlike what we experienced in the Swamp of Sorrows.
What now? Our time.
Alright, Bring the End is going to give us the Amber Glow Talisman. Actually, it's going to give us both that and the sword, which is actually really nice, because this sword is going to vendor for almost 2 gold. The talisman itself, we can sacrifice 5 stamina for 5 spirit and 1 agility. I think that should be worth it. We don't care about stamina as much. So that should be just fine. Let's go ahead and take that flight path over to Terran Mill, and we'll try our luck with the elementals. And we'll see how things go as the episode progresses. If things are looking a bit slow in either location, then I may just cut to a grind over in a location that we've already done before. We might go back to like the Swamp of Sorrows, for example. I just have a feeling we got a little bit unlucky while we were there. We were able to kill enough stuff, for sure. Between the jaguars and the spiders, I just feel like all the jaguars we killed didn't yield as many vendorable material as we would have hoped for. Other than that, we could go back to Stranglethorn as well and try our hand at the gorillas. We're flying back through Hillsbrad now, right past Dalaran. At some point we are going to have to return to this location just to wrap up Voral's wedding ring from Scarlet Monastery. And there's a few other things that we can take care of in Alterac as well. So that might be our next spot for some general questing once we're ready to get back into that again. Alright, we're back at Terran Mill. Let's go ahead and vendor these couple of pieces of gear that we picked up.
Hello.
Got this as well. So actually, we're only about 10 gold away. A lot of really great venerable stuff. We actually have a quest to complete here, the Crown of Will.
What would you ask of death?
Not sure where this came from, but
Remember,
I'll pick it up anyway.
discipline.
And Melisara here is going to have us
Dark
take on
Lady
the
one.
Crush Ridge Maulers. That's going to be an elite quest. Alterac, we'll pick that up later. For now, let's get into the Highlands. And just past the gate, right next to Northfold Manor, we've got the Circle of West Binding. That's going to be our target. I think to the south of that, right around where Stromgard Keep is, we can take on some Earth Elementals instead. Maybe if the Fire Elementals don't work out, maybe it's going to be a little bit too crowded. And maybe we can try that instead. I'm sure Elemental Fire sells for a bit more than Earth, but I'm sure any Elemental in general is probably in high demand right now. Right, we're moving past the wall now. Let's hook that left, and it shouldn't be too long before we reach our destination. Let's take a look at who else is in the zone with us today, and there's plenty. Yeah, I still haven't figured out whether or not these people on the list are on the same layer or not, or if it's just total across the whole kind of server. It looks like we've got multiple people here at the Circle of West Binding. And this is during the off hours, so yeah, this probably isn't going to work out. So let's head south. Let's see if we can check the southern one with the Earth Elementals. Maybe that'll be more cleared up. Yeah, I can see the other one down there. Let's see if there's something we can actually kill. Looks like somebody else is here as well. The Circle of Inner Binding. Nope, there's two people here. Nope, there's three people here. Oh man, are there not even the... Man, I feel like there is not a gold farm out there that is safe around this level. Got a couple. We got one here that we can kill. Oh man. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to try one of our other spots. I feel like Stranglethorn. Yeah, maybe we can try the gorillas. Maybe that's a little bit less occupied. I mean, when we were in the zone leveling and taking on the tigers and raptors and whatnot, the gorillas seem to always be up. So that might be our best bet. Honestly, with all the running that we're gonna have to do, we might just be better off hearthing back to the crossroads and flying to Orgrimmar. Yeah, that might be the plan. Let's go ahead and do that now. Yeah, it's just, I'm still so surprised that I mean, I guess it is a mega server. There's not, there really isn't any other option other than going to the PvP realm instead. We could go to Ratchet and go to Booty Bay. I think the gorillas are all closer to Gromgol, so let's head over to Orgrimmar. I'm still so surprised, even with the new layering technology that Blizzard has implemented to allow for this massive, number of players to be in a single place. But it feels like the meta now for gold farming at any level is going to be involving, hopping to different layers and whatnot, trying to get around the system that way. You see those messages in chat all the time now, whereas you never used to, even in retail. Because layers have existed for a while. They haven't been as advanced as they are now, but they've existed for a while, but never did you used to see people in chat asking to hop to a different one. And maybe it's just because there hasn't ever been a mega server like this before, at least in Classic. Yeah, it's tough out there between, just simply not being able to farm where you need to farm, and the economy just being still very out of whack, even months into the new Fresh experience. Everything is still selling for just above, or even in some cases just below, the vendor price, which even for skinning, that never used to be the case. Green items aren't going for as much as they normally would in like a Classic era, for example. Just a lot to contend with. We'll get it sorted out. I think we can have a little bit of a breath of fresh air, a little sigh of relief, once we can finally pick this up and put this big project behind us. Of course, we're probably going to miss the Zeppelin. I hope you guys don't mind the travel time too much. I'm always conflicted as far as what should stay in, what should get cut from some of these episodes, but I feel like generally speaking, you've all been a fan of the profession work, the extra travel time, all the stuff that happens in between the action. With that being said, since the Zeppelin did just leave, I will take a quick second to pause until it comes back, and so I'll see you guys in just a moment. Right, Zeppelin has arrived. Let's get over to Stranglethorn. Let's figure out exactly where we need to go. I definitely know of one area just north of Gromkel. I think both areas you can easily identify based on the main road here that kind of winds in almost like a half helix, half figure eight motion. And the grills can be found in this spot here and also in this spot, but in both cases, you know, inside the curve on both sides. I think the ones down here are a little bit higher level, and I think these are probably what we're going to want, I think. The ones up here aren't going to grant us any experience. As far as I'm aware, they're probably going to be too low, but we might take them out as well. I suppose we're not really in any sort of a rush, so don't mind killing a few of those. Gold per hour will increase anyway, since they'll die a bit faster. Man, if we had taken that other Zeppelin to Undercity first, and then we possibly could have been here sooner. If this is the Zeppelin that just came from there. Right, let's drop down. Let's get out there. Like I said, we'll start on the southern portion here, so we'll move past these ogre ruins right across the river, and we should start running into a few gorillas. Alright, I see a couple. So let's get started. And they are green to us, which is perfect. So we picked up a couple of venerable items already. The coarse gorilla hair at 6 silver and the chipped tooth at 3 silver. As long as we can get those consistently, even if it is the chipped tooth more often, I'm definitely going to be okay with that. While we were in the Swamp of Sorrows, I feel like we just ran into too many enemies that just dropped like nothing. Which really did not feel good. No idea that this person was behind us, ready to steal our skin. I'm sure they didn't mean to. We just took a little bit too long to pick that one up. Still, I appreciate the buff at least. We've got an alliance player that has a similar idea. At least they don't have skinning, it looks like, so we can just pick up their skins if we run out of stuff to kill. Of course, we've got the other gorillas just to the north as well, right across the river. We can check those out too. Didn't realize that these jungle thunderers are also on this side of the road too. Which is nice. I thought they would only be on the other side. Like the gorillas on the southern end have respawned. And there's a green drop, finally. Chief Brigadier Girdle. It's a male piece, level 33, 10 strength and 3 stamina. We might be able to sell that. It's not too bad. Here as well that is also clearing out some stuff. So let's head north. We'll take a look at what the lower level gorillas look like. So see if that spot is being occupied as well. Every time we passed through this area, it didn't seem like it was, so... I mean, there really is no other reason to kill these gorillas than to farm for a bit of gold. And since they're definitely not widely considered to be even in like the top 5 farming spots between like levels 30 and 40, you'd think that it would be pretty open. I think we have to head slightly further north. We're hitting a lot of raptors right now. Yeah, here we go. I see a couple. Looks like they're still green to us. I mean, 7 levels, that I feel like that should be gray. We'll see if we get an experience drop from this. We do. Very small one, but it's still something. I think our chances of getting heavy leather are a little bit lower though with these guys, and our chances of getting thick leather are probably 0. So that does hurt us a little bit. The quicker kill speed will hopefully make up for that. We'll keep Aspect of the Cheetah on for a bit. I think we're going to be doing a decent amount of running. Everything's spaced quite a bit far apart. Just picked up a jade. Maybe that will sell for a little bit more. It's looking pretty barren now. Might want to go check on the others again. heading across the river again. See, we're about 5.5 bars away from 41 already. We're gonna have a lot of catching up to do on updated and upgraded abilities. It's definitely gonna take us some time, I think, to accumulate what we need for that. So we might not even get to professional work until we're around like 45 or so, where we have enough money to actually really invest back into leatherworking and, you know, picking up our artisan versions of each profession. Really nice having these all to ourselves now, it looks like. Haven't seen any other players trotting through this area lately. And hopefully we're making some progress. It's a little hard to tell sometimes. But it just feels like we're already doing better than, you know, we're outpacing what we were doing in the swamp. sit down and get some mana for the first time. Suppose we should have some buff food up too, just to raise our spirit a little bit. We just haven't been facing anything too challenging, so I haven't cared it too much to have the extra stamina. For any of you that are still around for today, really appreciate you making it this far with me. Hoping that we don't have to do a huge grinding session like this for a little bit. Once we're finally done with this this goal. But definitely let me know what some of your favorite grinding spots are, especially in the current Fresh Realm environment, as I'm sure it's kind of different now. Now that there's so many of the usual suspects, usual farming locations occupied. But let me know what you like to do in between 40 and 50, as that's where we're entering now. And 50 and 60 as well, as I'm sure we're going to have quite the grind in between 55 and 60, I'm sure. And I'd like to spend most of that time trying to kill stuff that will give us some more gold, more than anything. At this point, I'm starting to realize that I don't really care so much about hitting level 60 and doing anything particularly at the end game. As long as we get there before TBC Classic, I am totally fine. We'll have more time to do endgame stuff in TBC for sure. The leveling journey won't be as long. Still going to be very important, still going to be the centerpiece for sure. And in fact, I'm probably going to make that series a more immersive style playthrough. I'd like to get Lore Master of Outland. I know there are no achievements in the game, but I'd like to do every single quest. I would like to read every single quest on our way to 70. Just existing in Outland in general is It's just a very special place for me. Even if I'm not doing anything crazy, even if I'm not raiding, even if I'm not doing dungeons, I'm honestly, like, the crazy part is I'm looking forward to grinding some reputation out. I'm looking forward to getting that Netherwing Drake. I'm looking forward to gold farming in different locations and just enjoying the, you know, and just the incredible atmosphere that Outland provides. For the longest time, even with this, you know, toward the beginning of this series, you know, I thought something like Molten Core would not only be doable, which I mean, I think it still is if we really wanted to do it, but I feel like it's not even worth it. Like, I don't think it's even something that I really care or want to do to begin with. Especially all the kind of things I hear about Molten Core nowadays from people. I'm sure it would be fun to do just once, just to get that 40-man experience, but yeah, the more and more I think about it, the less I truly care. I think about Vanilla's endgame. I'd rather just be right here, soaking in all the sounds. And I tend to enjoy challenging myself anyway. Gonna have to make a space on our bars for the mount. I think it's gonna take the place of Aspect of the Cheetah for now, but I'm definitely gonna want to keep Aspect of the Cheetah. I'll have to move it somewhere else. I suppose we don't need it fishing on our bars at all times. It's not going to be too often that we do it, so just to get used to it a little bit more, I think that's where I'll move Aspect of the Cheetah for now. I know that I can activate 2 extra action bars on the right-hand side, but I really tend to enjoy the little bit of extra space that I get from not having that additional clutter. It's just how I prefer to play Classic. If I can't fit all the abilities on, you know, these 3 bars, the main one and the 2 above, then I typically try not to play classes like that in general. Unfortunately, Hunter does have kind of a lot of stuff to juggle. But, I mean, there's some stuff here that doesn't need to be here. Call pet, revive pet, beast training. Doesn't necessarily have to be on the bar. It's also why I'm very hesitant to play Shaman. And why I've only played Shaman once so far on the channel. And it was kind of it was a fun experience, but it was very short-lived. with some of the other playthroughs that I was working on at the time. And of course now fresh, being here, that classic era shaman was not going to last too long. The shaman just has a little bit too many buttons to manage for my liking. I like having as little to press as possible, but when I do have to press something, it's impactful and it matters a lot. Love playing classes like that. And Hunter's been kind of a mixed bag, I would say. But I really wanted to pick Hunter for the solo ability. Whether it's gold farming or taking on difficult quests. I knew that, upwards of 95%, even more, of our playtime through this playthrough and through TBC as well is going to be primarily solo. And Hunter definitely fit the bill there. Alright, a couple more kills here, I think. We'll wrap this up. In between episodes, I'm going to post all this stuff. Hopefully it comes out to like 10 gold. It probably won't though, so I don't know. Might have to do just a little bit more grinding. Maybe I have to give up this massive longbow. Trying to see like what we're looking at right now. So this is about a gold. That's about a gold. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're looking at like 4 or 5 gold, I feel like here. It's just not enough. It's really tough. I feel like we're kind of relying on picking up greens that will sell for quite a bit. I think we got really lucky with those turtle scales and what the prices of those were at the time that we posted them. So I feel like they're always fluctuating quite a bit. But I didn't want to have to wait, until the right moment to post them. Just want the gold now. Alright, I think that's going to do it for me for today. I'm going to turn all this stuff in. We'll post some stuff, and we'll try to figure out how far we're off, and I think either way we'll work on some general quests in the next episode. I'll take a look at what some of the rewards are from what we can do in Alterac. I'm trying to think of where else we could go. There's obviously Dustwallow. Dustwallow wouldn't be a bad bet. We do have the turtles along the coast, so it could be kind of a combination of maybe some general questing in the beginning, then maybe like a grind towards the end, just to supplement our gold a little bit further. We'll see, but I think we'll definitely take on some general quests in the next one. Appreciate you guys sticking around, and as always, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.